Thank you everybody for tuning in to Upland. Inside the game I am Blood Spirit, and I am going to do a video upon request. Some people have been asking me how to make money on Upland. How do you make money? So I will show you one way that you can make money in this game. Actually, there's only one way that you can make money in this game, and that is to have properties and sell them. So I will show you. I purchased this property early on for $5,300 if I want to, or 5,300 UPIX. If I want to sell it, I will be able to click either UPIX or US dollars. I click US dollars, write in a price there, let's say 30 bucks, and then offer it for sale. And when somebody buys that property, that's what I'll get. I do not want to sell this property because it's a valuable property for my one of my other ways of earning money. But that is the only way that you can make money on Upland as of right now. I had a video, my last video I posted. There will come a time shortly down the road where we will be able to have businesses inside the game, and once that happens we will be able to make money another way. But as of right now, that is the only way as of this posting in the middle of December 2021. But I've come up with 8 ways to make a income in UPIX to where you can purchase properties, and I ordered them in what I think is the best order and the best way to actually make UPIX so that you can buy properties that you could eventually sell. And so I'm going to go ahead and start off by giving you the 8 ways that I could come up with. If you could come up with any more than that, please put them in the comments down below. And if you like what you hear with this channel, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, because I would love to keep giving this information. But this one here is the one that I do the most common because of my career outside of Upland. I don't have a whole lot of time, so this is, even though it's number 8, it's for people that are very busy in their personal life or business life and just don't have time, and that is property investment. You saw that property that I just had up here. This property I bought about a month ago at the most, and I could probably easily, even the FSA properties are going for more than that next to it. So just by having this property, the value of these properties are increasing dramatically. And these FSA properties were, well, wow, there's an FSA. If you want an FSA property next to me, go to 2746 West East, what is that, East? How do you pronounce that? Street. I'll hold it there. There's a property for under $5,000. But for the most part, the property value just increases. So just having a property and sitting on it is the number 8 way that you can create an income in this game. Just having the property. Number 7, standing income. Your standing income is basically right here. There's 2 parts of this, but I have one of them titled as. So if you go down here, just since this morning when I clicked on it and took my income out, this property here is making 2.26 2.26 UPIX as of, what is it? It's been 6 hours since I clicked on it. So that is my standing income. Every single property will have a standing income. It will increase as you hold on to the property, and it's almost the opposite of a property tax. The bigger the property you have, it's almost like the game is paying you a property tax. So there is your standing income. I guess it's rent. I don't know how they figure it out, but it's something. That leads us to number 6. Number 6 is these little things right here. These here are visits, and I've seen a lot of things on Discords where people are asking people to come and visit their property, and that's actually become quite an annoyance. The easiest way to get people to come and visit your property is to have a good visit price, a low visit price, because here's what people don't understand that's fairly new to the game. Longtime players understand this, but when you have a property right here, this property for instance, I've got all my properties set at 25 UPIX to visit the property. Now, how do you get people to visit your property? They visit it all day long. So what you can do is you can go up here, you can change your property, and you can set for all properties, which I do. Set for all properties at 25 UPX to land on your property. You know what? I've grown to the point to where I'm just going to go ahead and do the minimum for this. So all my properties now are $20 or 20 UPX to land on. This is what's called the visit property. Everybody, or a ton of people, let me show you. If you go here to the treasure hunt and you can take a look, treasure hunt, there is, no, that's Santa Clara. So I'm going to go to Chicago for the treasure hunt. I didn't set this up before I started the game. Chicago treasure hunt, right? We've got 53 people traveling all over Chicago looking for treasures. And you know how they find, a lot of those find the treasures? Because Chicago is so big, they'll click on the property to get closer to that treasure, and they will pay you 20 UPX every single time that they land on your property. So having a lot of properties scattered out all over the city will not only help you with treasure hunting, but it will also get you a lot of the people here that are landing on your property. See, I've only had this for a few hours and I've already got a ton of people landing on my properties. So I guess not a ton, but quite a bit. So there is another way that you can earn some extra UPX. Number 5, renting Spark. So you watched my other video, I talked about buildings. Well, the buildings, when you get a buildings, I will go down to my, I don't know why I type in this address and it always takes me to New York. So I'll go to my Nashville property here and I'll zoom in to my Nashville property right here, across from my Easter egg that y'all saw in my last video. So this property right here, I have a building going up, and when you click on the building, oops, something went wrong, try again, and click on the building again. So you click on the building. I don't have a whole lot of Spark on there. I haven't really considered renting out Spark. I'm just really kind of dabbling with this a little bit, but you go to the manager here and it shows how many hours that it takes to be able to build this building. The more people that add Spark to this building, the more that time goes down, so the quicker the building gets built. So people will actually pay you to put your Spark on these buildings, and you want to talk to them before you do it on Discord and all that kind of good stuff, so that you're not making anybody mad. People will get mad. But I've got 3 people right here, myself and 2 friends that are adding to this property, and that is one way to create some income. And it is my 5th. Number 4 is flipping properties. Okay, so one thing that you can do, you have to take a look at when you do this, you got to kind of keep an eye on the floor. What is the floor? I'm glad that you asked. That's an important question. So the floor is the bottom that you can get for a property. Here's Chicago. I click this button over here, it's going to show me the floor. It's going to show me the cheapest value. This guy here is in jail. He don't count. He's been in jail ever since I've been playing the game. So he don't count. So the minimum is $5, right? So look for UPX. Scroll down till you find the UPX value. That's one thing I wish they would do to the game, separate these two, so that you can either check cash or you can check UPX to purchase properties, so that you don't have to go through all of these cash people trying to sell the properties. So we'll scroll down here. Holy. Okay, after scrolling for a little bit, I found quite a bit. Look how far I went down. Look at the little margin there. And I did edit a bunch of that stuff out so you weren't sitting there watching me scroll. But right here, it shows that the smallest amount of UPX in Chicago for selling the property is 6,700. Okay, so flipping the property, you can go, I'll show you, I know right where an area right around here, there's going to be a lot of properties that are white. Okay, remember it's 6,700. The cool thing about the white properties is there is no commission on the white properties, though you do got to, look, I went right into an FSA property and right into, so you would want to look, see that one's higher than the floor, so you wouldn't want to purchase that one. That one's really higher than the floor, you don't want to purchase that one. That one there, you can make a couple $100 maybe. What was it, 76 I think, if I remember right, which don't hold me to my memory. But if you look around these areas, zoom out a little bit to where you're just right on the cusp of seeing colored properties, and then just look around and get your discovery token in those areas and buy up those white properties. Then you can turn around. No commission on buying them. Just make sure that when you sell them, you're going to get a couple hundred UPIX for it when you sell them, flipping the properties and creating some UPIX that way. That will be, you got to know where your floor is though. So that will be my number 4. Number 3 could be number 1 if it's done right. I put it number 3 because it's the highest risk that you can do of any way that you can earn UPIX, and it usually takes 2 or 3 people, a party people, to do it, and that is raising the floor. Raising the floor is something a buddy of mine did very successful when we first started playing it. It was one of the things that got me into it because anyways, I came up with this plan, told him I knew how to raise the floor in the housing industry, and we were going to do it. We picked Chicago, which was not the best idea, but it was pretty funny. We went on to Discord, and we can basically, what you do, let me explain it first. What you do is you go in and you get on the floor and you buy a bunch of properties. You put them up for sale for like $6,700 was the minimum. We put them for like $7,800. But this is back when it was like $4,000 per property, and we put them up for like $66,000 to $55,000, and then we purchased every single property underneath of it, and every one we purchased about 100 different properties, and between the two of us, and then we raised the floor, and then all of a sudden the properties that we bought were selling, and then we put all the properties, or the properties that we had on there start selling, and we put all the properties back at a higher number and sold a quarter of them. Made some serious money, but we almost got our hands stuck in, oh man, we almost ended up with trouble because Chicago is so massive that it's very hard to do. I don't recommend doing that in Chicago, but the properties were cheaper. We just didn't realize how many properties were in that area. So just buying things that are already on the market, selling them for a little bit higher, called raising the floor. It's a way to make some good money, but it's also very high risk. Number 2 is treasure hunting. I got a treasure hunting video that's out there, going out and getting pretty much free money as long as you can understand your sends. Don't do it in Chicago unless you have a lot of money. I know you think this might be, unless you're a pro, that this might be a lot of properties. It is not. It is very difficult even with these properties here to be successful at treasure hunting. I'm probably about 50 properties short of being able to fill in the gaps to where I'm spending most of my time hitting my own properties in very little sends and paying for visits. But that is one that you can do. It also helps when you're spending a lot of time looking for those cheaper visits when you're doing the treasure hunting. I would recommend to not do it if you do more than 4 cents. I try to keep it under 1 to 2 cents per treasure hunt, and that's the only way that you're going to be profitable for it. So if you don't have a ton of money, I recommend working in a city like Fresno or Cleveland. I think Cleveland is fairly big. I don't have any properties in Cleveland, but I do have some properties in Bakersfield, and that's a fairly decent place to start a treasure hunt map. Scatter. Make sure that all your stuff is scattered. And the number 1 way to make money in this game is what I call cash for UPIX. So on the market all day long, we saw that right here in Chicago. So you scroll down here and you saw that the UPIX minimum was 76. This is also can be high risk. I wouldn't recommend doing it in Chicago because it's just too massive. Unless you really know what you're doing, stay out of Chicago and the bigger areas. But any of the suburbs of New York would be great. San Francisco would be a great one. Oakland. So you purchase these properties for $5. That's $5 cash. Then you could turn around and sell them for 7,000 UPIX, and they'll likely go and sell with no problem. And you're not going to invest that much. You're not going to get caught too bad, but you'll make, depending on where the floor is for your UPEX, you will be making some money by paying cash for a property and turning around and selling it. My name is Blood Spirit. I hope this helps. Thanks for tuning in. This is Upland Inside the Game.